Craftmate has two base island cabinets that are easy buttons for you kitchen designers. I'm going to move the floor plan up, and you can see on the left here I have a T-wall, and we're going to start our conversation with the island end cabinet. I'm going to use a base 24, and I'm going to use a butt door unit. I'll put that on wall number 2, and I'll put another one on wall 3 back to back. The overall width of these cabinets is 48 inches, of course. And when you use island end caps, keep in mind there's an inch overhang on each side. So we can see we would use a 50-inch unit here. As we look at the nomenclature down in the drag and drop box, if I look at if I get into island end cabinets, IECs, if we look at our first island end cabinet, the IEC is the island end cabinet. The DO means door unit, 26 wide, and that will be the narrowest unit that we have. That would go behind a 24-inch cabinet with an inch overhang. We have them in 14, 17, as you progress down, different depths, if you will, and these are operable doors as mentioned. They have a classic leg option, a plain square post, Roman spindled, or tapered leg. I'm going to progress down a little bit farther, and you see midstream you change from island end caps door units to island cap drawer units. And I'll click on a drawer unit, and hopefully in the information box you can see that this is an operable drawer. And so you have an option of door or drawer. We're going to move up, and we're going to use a door unit, and I'll use the 17-inch deep. I like the Roman spindle, and I will just drop this into position, place it, and you can see when I zoom in why that inch overhang is necessary. When this drawer is open and you have a visual or a sight line, the back side of this panel is complete or finished. So if I do a quick elevation, bring this down, and I double click my scroll button, and there's that island end cap, and it's an easy button because you design it as easily as we just did. The installer takes it out of the box and makes the attachment, so it's truly an easy button. So we'll go back down, and now we'll move our focus over to this four-sided configuration. We also have the base island end, BIE, and the base island end is available in various widths, and I'm going to use a 42-inch left on wall 1, and I will also use a right over on wall number 3, and then we're going to place a base 30. Because this space is 60 inches, to make it easy, I'll use a base 32 drawer. I'm going to right click and move that back, and move over again, right click, move it back so they're in alignment. And when they are perfectly aligned, you will see how the island end cap is configured and how it will attach to this front frame. The issue on the base island end, of course, is in your knee space. This has to be completed or finished, if you will. And you can use either wood skins or wood panels. My preference here will be wood skins. Before we go there, I know I'm going to put a wood skin across the back of these cabinets, and I'm coming down, but here at this end you can see that if I bring that skin to the end, I'll have a raw plywood edge all the way down to the floor. So I think it's a place here that we can place a scribe molding with a flat section back, come down with a bull nose coming back on the face, and you want to hold that back about 1/8 of an inch or so. And so we will just do that application real quickly. In the Craftmate catalog, wood skins will render. So if we type in WSKs, and I know here I need 60 inches, so I'll slide down, and it looks like we're going to have to use a 96 by 48. And when we click and we have different options, I always look right here under the word categories, and this unit will place at base height. I drag it over, drop it, stretch it out, I'll type in 60 inches, enter, and then I'll just grab this unit, and move it into position. Hold down my control key, get that rascal in there, and you can see how that attaches, and I can probably get that just a little bit closer. In, out, and there's a good position. I will then come back with this is going to be 18 inches, and I'm going to need about a 17-inch piece, so I'm going to have to use a 2134 pre-cut. Click on the first one. It's going to go at the base or on the floor, so I'm going to drop this out, stretch that out to 17 inches, enter, and then I'm going to grab this unit, right click, move, rotate it, right click, move it into position, and drop it. And this is where you can see, this is where we're going to put the scribe with that flat edge to the back. Well, come here. We'll put the flat edge to the back, and you have to be cautious with your scroll button. Flat edge to the back and the bullnose section coming down, and it's an ideal use for those scribes that will be on the job site. To do the other side, we'll do the same thing. Stretch this out 17 inches, enter, right click, move it, right click, move it, left click, right click, rotate, right click, move it back into position, kaboom, and you can see how this positions here also. And I think we're okay. It is then probably prudent for you to go up and maybe go to your notes page and come over to this section, and in your menu click draw notes, and the note will be use SM8 as a starter, and we'll just put here. You can make your notes as complex or as easy as you like, and so we're going to use the scribe molding as a starter here. We can also go up to draw, come here, draw, use a line, and I can configure a line, and I can move that line here and move it over to this location. And I went a little bit far there. Let's do it again. Draw, line, and now we'll zoom in, and I'll bring this line over, and we'll just point it there. And now you're ready to print this out as an install note. Remember, we print out page 1, page 2. This is a dedicated page for adding notes or any details we need to do, and we would just continue down the print list. So with that being said, I hope you see that the KraftMaid Easy Button Island end cabinets are just great tools for you to use in your island configurations.